This is Chief Honeybear in Pasadena, California, back with Seymour Sparechange, and one of us is stoned.
Dude, I got a great story for you, man. Fucking, this is the saddest blowjob ever given in all of time. I'm pretty sure in all of history of the world, this is the saddest blowjob ever given. I was getting dumped by my high school girlfriend, right? And I was taking it like a little bitch, man, just fucking crying like a pussy, making a fool of myself, really. And she felt bad enough for me that she had like this one last moment of pity. And like she went from dumping me to like suddenly we're making out behind this little wall by my elementary school swimming pool. And she's like, "You want a goodbye blowjob?" And like I'm sobbing into her tits like, "Yeah, what could possibly go wrong?" Because I'm a dumb teenager, don't know any better, right? And fucking, she's like, "But I'm still gonna dump you, right?" And I'm like, "Oh shit." So she told me the date she was gonna dump me, which was a week later from that day. So I could literally look at the calendar like a man on death row, looking for his, waiting for his day to die. Like, shit, one more day, 2 more days, oh shit, man. Like, I had that same palpable fear in my fucking heart. And like, day 6 out of 7 came and I got my goodbye blowjob. Man, she's between my legs, right? And I'm so sad, like I can't look her in the eye, I'm choking back tears, because I know what's gonna happen tomorrow. And man, I can't get hard, so like I'm flexing my dick muscles as hard as I can, so she had noticed that I'm like rapidly becoming soft in her mouth. And then I fucking fake an orgasm. As a dude, I faked an orgasm. I literally had to like push her away and be like, ugh, and, like into a shirt. And just throw it aside and like, yeah, thanks. And then she dumped me the next day, and I spent like 7 months in my room like crying, eating cheese balls with my cats, listening to the script a lot. Yeah, I just got dumped by my last girlfriend a couple of weeks ago.
Oh no.
I'm amazed at how well I'm handling it. I'm only doing a little bit of drugs.
So is your girlfriend homeless, or is she?
No, she's fine. She's absolutely fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm still getting my shit together, but as far as homelessness goes, I'm fucking really damn good for like what it is. I'm doing pretty fucking well with it. I'm doing better as a bum than I would if I had an apartment. If I had an apartment, I wouldn't know what the fuck to do. How do I pay my bills? I don't want a fucking job. My SSI ain't enough. Do I gotta suck dick? What do I do?
Oh, you get an SSI?
Yeah. I've always had SSI. It's really the only reason I'm fucking, like, still here. Although, I make okay money, panhandling and shit. It's nice to have a little extra so I don't have to do this every fucking day.
Yeah.
Standing in the sun all day on my feet with all this crap that I can't let leave my side for a moment.
It's going to get worse because it's going to get really hot here. It gets like to 115, 120 degrees here. No, we're lucky in April. This has been the coolest April. I've been here for 5 years now, and this has been the coolest April. I mean, it's rainy, which is unusual for Southern California. It never rains out here, but it's going to get really hot here soon.
Lucky I'm leaving in like a month.
Where you headed to?
Back to Ohio.
Uh-huh.
With any luck, I'll have an apartment there. Probably a project, but the nice thing about a project is you can guarantee there's somebody in that building that sells weed. Because Ohio is not like California weed-wise. There's no store I can go to and fucking know. Like, I gotta know somebody who knows a guy and fucking get his number and fucking get in a car with strangers and drive through the hood nervous as fuck. Fucking, like, my strategy is I'm like, can I get a nickel bag? And if they actually have the weed or whatever that I'm trying to pay for, and like they give me that $5 without robbing me, then I'm like, okay, let me get the real money I'm trying to spend. But if they take my $5, like, fuck you, I'm not buying from you. You only took 5, haha, I had 50 in my pocket, you know?
Well, it's a big business out here. The government runs it, and they're about to open the biggest dispensary in California, across the street from True Food Kitchen over by the Harbor Freeway on Colorado. Right now, it's kind of funny. I've heard that Pasadena has the highest rate per capita of consumption of alcohol in the United States, and one of the
Alaska.
I think that's what I heard.
Over Colorado.
One of the things that I think is really hilarious is that the Total Wine is considered to be an essential business, and it's stayed open. You walk in the store and buy any kind of liquor you want because they can't shut it down.
Dude, I haven't been buying alcohol still. Like, about the only thing I can do is everything else is closed. Like, I can't get new clothes. I can't get a book to read. I can barely charge my phone to take a dump. But what I can do is buy a fuck ton of food, whiskey, cigarettes, and weed, and 99-cent store shit. That's it. Whether I got 5 cents in my pocket or whether I got $1 million, that's all I can buy. It's just varying quantities of those couple of things is all I can ever really do. And it's so fucking boring, man. Like, people think they're bored cooped up in their house. Fuck you. You got Wi-Fi and video games and porn and a spouse. You know, you can do shit. Fucking people with cabin fever piss me off. It's like, dude, I can't do anything. I'm bored. I try and make a fuck ton of money just so like I can go into a store and buy some dumb shit I don't even really need, just because it'll give me 10 minutes of something to do other than just stare at traffic pass like an old man on a stoop just fucking waiting to die.
No, there aren't too many hotels that have vacancies now. The Pasadena has put a lot of people into hotels. The government has to get them off the street.
I've tried.
Do you ever use your own money to go to a hotel?
One time, and I got jacked real bad financially. Like, I ended up having to pay well over $250 for 2 nights.
Oh, no.
Because some shit happened with my mom's credit card, or not my mom, but like this woman that's kind of like my mom, who helps me out in Ohio. It didn't go through, so they held my ID as collateral overnight. And I'm just sitting in my room, nervous as fuck. Like, man, that shit better work in the morning, or I'm so screwed.
Yeah.
Like, I need my ID for a couple of things.
Well, how are you gonna get back to Ohio? Are you gonna take the train?
Fuck that! I'm taking a fucking plane, man.
Plane?
I'm flying Delta.
Well, that's good. Well, yeah, you don't have much luggage, so you can do that.
I'm gonna have less luggage when I go because I'm probably not gonna be on the streets. And I know people that'll give me a blanket real quick, so I'm gonna gift my sleeping bag to somebody that has no good blanket that really needs it, because this is a damn good sleeping bag. The zipper doesn't work, but it's a 30-degree sleeping bag. Like, I don't even need cardboard underneath me. It's so warm at night. I get too hot at night sometimes. That's how damn good this thing is.
Well, as long as you get out, I don't know if they're going to shut down interstate travel. There's always that possibility that you won't be able to get out. So if you do definitely want to go to Ohio, I would do it quickly.
Yeah. I'm going to buy my ticket 2 weeks in advance to get the best deal like I did last time. I'm going to fly Delta because they have the least restrictions and pretty good deals, in my opinion. And on my way here, the last time I flew Delta, I got to watch Joker, which I would not have gotten the opportunity to do otherwise because I don't do theaters.
Yeah, the movie theaters are closed down here.
That's fine. I don't like theaters. It's expensive across the board for no good fucking reason, despite the quality of shit you can get. Yeah, but it's the food that they really jack you on. That, and you're just sitting in a dark room full of people whispering and talking and chatting on their phones, bringing babies that don't have any reason to be watching a rated R movie. And your feet are sticking to the floor, and you're just fucking. It's too loud and fucking kind of hard to hear. And everybody moves way too fucking slow getting out. It's like, man, I would shoot up a theater too just to get people to move quicker in front of me.
Seymour, is there any possibility you can speak louder? Because there's a lot of traffic now for some reason. I think people are just driving around with nowhere to go. I want to make sure this is a cheap smartphone, and I want to make sure that people can hear you.
Yeah, I'm sure we can put subtitles in or something. I don't know.
So you're doing all right.
Yeah. Remember Viva La Bam? That show about Bam Margera, the skateboarder dude in the early 2000s?
Yeah, I heard about it.
I fucking love that show, dude. Like, I love nostalgia from, like, back then when I was growing up. I fucking love that shit. That was a good time. I miss it so much. This decade blows, and so does the one before it.
I know that...
Like, the late 90s, early to mid to late 2000s were the shit, in my opinion. Like, just because I grew up then, like, even shit that sucked, it's like, oh yeah, remember that shitty song or that shitty movie? Like, it's a nostalgia for that suck. Because it was a suck that wasn't as bad as this suck now. You know? Like, I remember back then, like, especially in the late 2010, like, the 2010-ish era, it was like, remember that, like, whole scare of the Mayan, like, the world's gonna end in 2012?
Yeah.
Everybody was all, like, I remember the mindset of everybody was like, fuck it, the world's gonna end, let's drink and get drunk in the club and fuck and do all that, because the world will end tomorrow. Woo, millennial shit. That was the vibe, man. All the music was like that. Remember that? All the music was fucking, I'm partying in the club, I'm drinking, I'm dancing. Fucking everything was like, all the beats were dance beats.
What year were you born?
1993.
Yeah.
My childhood was defined by the Bush administration, the beginning of the internet. I remember when like YouTube wasn't a thing and then it all of a sudden was. And I remember like some of the first videos and fads, all that. I remember like all the old video games that were fucking kind of shitty, even, looking back on it, but they still have a warm place in my heart. Remember all the terrible pop music that makes me so sad I want to slit my wrist because it fucking reminds me of really shitty moments in high school.
I'm going to try to get this on YouTube. I don't know if the censor's going to leave it up, but I'll definitely get it on BitChute.
Bleep out my swear words, that's fine.
I don't have the technology to do that.
Oh, it's real easy. There's a channel on YouTube that teaches you how to do it with even those basic setups.
What was the, I think it was associated with YouTube, but there was some program that you were talking about, soft white underbelly.
Yeah.
What's that about?
They're a channel on YouTube that I really like because the people they interview are people that you don't really see interviewed too much because no one's got the balls to be interviewed, admitting the things that they like. Okay, they interview people like rapists and pedophiles and prostitutes and like hardcore drug addicts and fucking like shit like that. And they're honest, raw interviews that fucking don't place judgment against these people. They tell it like it is because no one cares about the opinion of those people enough to ask about it in a non-judgmental way. Like, if you met a dude that said, I like to fuck kids or I fantasize about fucking kids, would you hear that and then be like, tell me more, and not give them any shit? Probably not, but Soft White Underbelly does, because they care about different viewpoints, even fucked up viewpoints that society doesn't want any part of, and they don't like support, like pedophilia or fucking, being a junkie or any of that, but they provide a viewpoint from those voices that otherwise wouldn't be heard, and I think that's really, I respect that. Well, maybe, I love watching their content.
Maybe you can send a link to this to them, and they might be interested in doing interviews of you themselves.
I would love for them to interview me. I know they've already got a lot of homeless drug addicts interviews, which is probably the one that I guess I'd fit. But I consider myself more a gutter punk or a hobo or a vagabond because I'm homeless more or less on purpose because it's my chosen lifestyle. And not many people, I don't see too many voices with that other than like bands, folk punk bands, like Johnny Hobo and the Freight Trains, or Days and Days, and bands like that, real good bands, raw, real, fucking, uncut, no bullshit kind of stuff, like Johnny Hobo and the Freight Trains is fucking awesome. He sings about like, I'd rather sleep with junkies than with angels, and I love his lyrics, man, because like he's like me, he's been gutter punking it for fucking years and years on purpose, lived the whole life, that nihilistic raw freedom of fuck it, why not? The world's our oyster, I'm not tied down to any person or place or house or geography. If I fucking wake up one morning and go, fuck it, I got the money and I feel like it, I'm gonna go to this state or this city or this country. I'm gonna fucking pick up and go wherever. There have been times I'm walking down the street, I look around and go, there's a store next to a fast food, next to a 99-cent, next to a dispensary. Shit, I live here now for a while, till this place bores me, and then I'll go somewhere else. I've been doing that for about 7 years now.
Are your parents? Are you like your parents, or are they very different from you?
My mom is dead. She died.
Oh, sorry to hear that.
A little over a year ago, dementia. She'd be 70 years old today, actually. Today would have been her 70th birthday.
She was a little bit older when she had you.
She didn't have me, I was adopted.
Oh, adopted, I see.
Yeah. My parents' marriage was real weird because it was literally a business arrangement.
So tell me about that.
My dad is a corporate sociopath who fucking makes a fuck ton of money and won't share none of it with his homeless fucking weird son that he doesn't see eye to eye with at all. And he took the money and ran immediately and fucked over me and my mom real bad. But as far as the business arrangement thing goes, my dad is a closeted homosexual, and his parents are like old school bigots. Like, they're the kind of white people that just hate everybody that didn't like them. You know what I mean? Like, they hate minorities and gays and trans people and fucking, atheists and all that. So my dad's gayness would have been a real problem, and he gives a shit about their opinion for whatever fucking reason. So he married my mom as cover to be like, I like pussy. I swear to God I like pussy. Here's the proof. And my mom married him because she wanted a son and biologically wasn't capable and needed a man around at the time that this happened.
Seymour, we're at 15 minutes. Let me cut this off. We'll pick right up right here.